What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of March of the Living. This was fan selected. This was viewer selected. You guys really liked the Weekly Indie Newcomer, so I decided to go ahead and put it up. And that's how Weekly Indie Newcomer is meant to function. So if you guys didn't know about that yet, Weekly Indie Newcomer is a series I do at the end of the week where I play an indie game for about 30 minutes that I've liked over the course of the last week just to show it off and help it get a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of exposure. And then I talk about what I do and don't like about it. March of the Living had a really positive response. So when there's a really positive response, that's part of the agreement. When people like the game, then I go back through and I play it on the channel. So welcome on back. March of the Living. Fans selected. Viewers selected by the Nerd Castle. We have a really good run going right now. I'm going to eat some food, though. Our run is going... I've never had a run go this well before in my entire life. Now, there are selected things that could still go wrong. For example, banditos. Still a big problem. If we run into bandits, we have major issues because gunfights in this game are incredibly high stakes. They have that in common with real life. You don't want to get in gunfights in this game. Getting in gunfights with human beings in this game, a bad plan. You might win, but you also might lose. It's kind of a toss-up. You find a quiet place next to a lake. You look around just to be sure, but you can't find any sign of the infected. The infected, they're actually pretty generous like that. They put down signs wherever they've been. They'll be like, warning, ambush ahead. We're the undead. We have the fishing rod, and this is what I was hoping would come up, so let's use it. Seems you're out of luck. Let's try again. I've actually never been able to do this event because I've never had the fishing rod before. So I kind of want to give it a go and see what happens. Huh, we are really bad at fishing. We are not good at this. After some time, you finally catch a fish. 2 food rations for free, although one of those is going to be sacrificed to the gods of the lake since we've got to eat now. Still, it wasn't that bad. It could have gone a lot worse. Can we rest here, or is this a risky location? This actually seems like a bad place to sleep, because if the zombies come through, they're going to come through from this side right here, and that's going to get us into pretty major trouble. I'm going to wake up now. I don't want to risk a fight here with my back to the lake. I don't want to be trapped. Mobility is really your only advantage against the undead in this game, and I'd prefer to keep it for myself here. I will probably try to make way for that next city right there. We actually are not... Oh, never mind. I'm up here. I went the wrong direction. Very short walk on this side, and in fact, this might be a decent time to finish off the remainder of that fatigue bar. So let's go ahead. Fatigue bar. That sounds like the worst granola bar ever. Try our new fatigue bar from Quaker. No, I don't want to. That sounds awful. That sounds like the kind of thing that you would care for a little game, a man standing at a hastily made table asks. There's quite a bit of food in it for you. He explains that he has a .22 revolver loaded with blanks and proposes to play Russian roulette with you. He insists on a wager of 5 rations. Hell no. I'm not gonna almost kill myself. Yeah, it was a stupid plan anyways. I guess we'll do this the hard way. And so he pulls out a gun and attacks you. Oh, man. How close do I have to get in order to get a good hit chance? I've only got to scooch forward like that far for 70%. So that's what I'm gonna do. His hit chance is only 30%, so I should be able to outgun him. Oh my god, we won. You see what I mean? Gunfights in this are really deadly. Like, you take 1 or 2 hits and you go down, and that same rule functions for me like it functions for him. If he gets a headshot, I assume it's just like over. I don't know if he can aim at our head like we can aim at his head, but that's it. It seems the man was very dishonest. The cans of food he had stacked up for you were all empty anyways. You feel no pity for the now dead swindler. I feel pity for, oh, we got rifle bullets right there, and we got a double-barreled shotgun. It's old, which means that it has an attack delay, but the double barrel is really good. So we're going to bring that instead of the police baton. We are now locked and loaded and have all kinds of guns for getting our business done. I'm going to manage my group. I'm going to equip the double barrel for right now. We are going to have to get rid of some stuff at some point, by the way. We cannot tangibly carry all of these things with us forever. But for right now, we're doing pretty well. A long walk ahead. Hopefully there's a small amount of growls during that long walk. I like walking places. I'm a walking addict in real life. I really do enjoy walking places. Like, I avoid driving like the plague if I can help it. I would rather walk like an hour somewhere than drive there. Now, for convenience's sake, it's nice. Up ahead, you see a body lying in the road. I'm going to throw a rock at it. Greg throws a rock which crashes directly into the forehead. Suddenly, its eyes spring open and it climbs to its feet. That's okay. I got a shotgun. Actually, I shouldn't waste the ammo. I know it's tempting to, like, blast a zombie in the forehead whenever you get the chance with a shotgun. It's the natural state of things. Deep down, we all want to shoot zombies in the face. The diamond ring is not actually worth that much. It's only, like, worth maybe 1 bullet in exchange, so I'm not even going to worry about it. We are hungry, however, though, and since we are quite famished, a little bit peckish, I suppose, we'll do a little short walk right here. And actually, since we've got the time, let's go ahead and rest. We don't have a lot of fatigue, but I'd like to go into town completely and totally prepared for whatever happens while we're inside the constraints of the city. This may be actually, some cities turn into events too. I don't know if you know that, but some cities you actually can't scavenge inside of them. They turn out to be survivor cities and stuff like that. A small silver car drives up over the hill from behind and is coming in your direction. It seems to be going at decent speed. Maybe you can flag it down in time. Hell no, I know how this turns out. Hide. You quickly run behind the trees and wait. Car passes and it is safe to continue. If you try to flag it down, he runs you over. It's no fun. Don't do it. Don't risk it. I don't know if there's a random chance for something positive to happen with it, but I've done that event twice, and both times I've gotten run over by that car, and it was upsetting. I don't like being run over. Being run over sucks. It's weak. It actually may be light out by the time we get to town. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, there we go. We got into town right on time. We're going to search the police station. We have really good chances at the police station, so I'm going to give it a go. We've also got the ammunition to kill zombies if they come after us. Hey, we completed our run, so we got 6 more shotgun shells and some rifle bullets. The other reason why you want to have a massive store of ammunition is because ammunition is really good in trade. Ammunition is crazy good in trade. If you can find a trader, you can basically get whatever you need for bullets. And so having a stock like this, our character is very, very wealthy by Wasteland standards. I don't think we need too much more. Let's hit up the grocery store. I'm going to do the 40 minutes because we got a good chance right there. We got a 6% advantage over what the norm is, so I'm glad to see that they're making adjustments and making the game a little bit more fair for the player. The version that I played for Weekly Indie Newcomer had way higher chances of you getting attacked every single time you went to one of these areas, and so it's nice to see there's some small variance now. I'm going to go 40 minutes at the apartment complex. We got a shotgun, so we should be able to turn this thing around okay. We made too much noise. Let's go ahead and pause this thing up. Got the double barrel. Got that B-dub or whatever you want to call it. Go ahead and spray into the crowd. Yeah, there we go. That looked like it did a decent amount of damage, actually. Spray into the crowd again. There we go. We dropped one of them, but now we've actually got to equip ourselves. Be careful with the red zombies and the yellow zombies. The red zombies and the yellow zombies, the red ones attack a lot faster and they grapple you easier, as I recall, and then the yellow ones move very, very quickly. You can melee the black zombies. That's perfectly fine, but don't melee the yellow ones or the red ones. Just fair warning. I've played this game quite a bit, and I've found that whenever I go up against the reds and the yellows, things don't work out so great for me. And I would like to get the red one. Let's go ahead and see if we can get him separated from the horde here. I'm going to reload while walking, too. That's another little tip I can give you. You reload while walking. It works out pretty well. And then, actually, I'm going to save the final bullet. I'm going to walk him over to here. And I'm going to reload while he's walking. Hey, amigo. I need you to reload real quick. No, don't shoot. Damn it. All right, well, we got a food ration. We've got an axe. It gives you 3%. Ooh, that's really, really good, though. That basically one-shots every zombie, but it attacks so slowly. Oh, I don't know if that's a good choice or not. The food rations are great, though. That's going to be fantastic. We basically have everything we need right now to have a really successful run. Oh, that axe is so good, but it's so bad, too. The attack delay is what hurts you there. So what you want with a melee weapon is the ability to run up and hit them quickly and get the hell away. And with weapons that take a long time to swing, there's a better chance they're going to grapple you on the way in. If you could wind up while you walk down in on them, it would be a little bit better, but I'm going to take it just because I've never had it before. We're going to ditch the fishing rod and take the hammer instead, just in case, because I'd like to play around with this item, but I don't know how it's going to work for me. I'm going to confirm that. Let's go ahead and reload the shotty real quick. Got that dub shotgun right now, unleashing the wabba 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 on our enemies. What have I not done right now? The drugstore? Let's do the drugstore. We got plenty of bullets. Who knows? Maybe we'll get something nice out of it. Alright, so we've made too much noise while scavenging. This would be a great time to try out the axe. So that's precisely what I'm going to do. I mean, it does damage. Can't nobody say anything about that. It definitely looks like it hurts things, but it's also bad for our fatigue, though. It's real bad for our fatigue. Like, you can physically see our fatigue meter going up right now while we're using it. Man, we missed with that swing, and so technically we're taking fatigue right now. Whip out the revolver. Actually, we don't have a lot of bullets for that. Get out the dub real quick. And just give me a little bit of space, and we'll start launching rounds at these dudes. Now, fleeing. You may have noticed the flee button at the top of the screen. I hadn't really talked about it yet. That's my fault for not being a very good host here. But essentially, the flee button makes you run away. It doesn't give you fleas or anything like that. When you run away, though, you have a chance to drop some of your loot, which, when you're carrying high market value items like we have right now, means you're almost guaranteed to lose something awesome, which means you really don't want that to happen. And then B, you have a chance to drop ammo, you have a chance to drop food. There's all kinds of things that can go wrong when you run away. And in addition, if you run away, it takes you to the last map node that you were on. So let's say that we're halfway between this node and this node, and we run away, it'll take me back to this node, which means you got to re-walk it again. I don't think that that trade is very good. That's just me personally. That's the way that I see it. I think that trade is kind of whack, and I would prefer not to do it. But sometimes it goes that way. I don't know if I want to rest right now. We may need to travel. That growl meter's looking a little bit over-aggressive. Yeah. It's a good thing we didn't sleep. It's only 3 Zeds. If I can get lucky with a couple swipes right here, we might be okay. So there's our first swipe. It was lucky. Nothing on that second one, though. Okay, nothing there. I would love to fish one out a little bit better. Come on, Greg. I need this, buddy. We need this bad. You are not doing a good job right now. There you go. That's a little better. Get in there and swing like you mean it. We got a baseball bat on this side, which actually is kind of like a better version of the axe because it only gives us 2% fatigue, and it still hits pretty hard. I'm going to take the baseball bat instead. Utilitarian reasons aside, I would actually... Let's travel to the destination real fast. And once we get here, as you wander down the road, the faint pounding of music meets your ears. Intrigued, you decide to investigate more closely. It turns out the music is coming from a solitary barn across the field from your present position. To your dismay, you also find that the barn is surrounded by a decently sized group of infected, numbering at least a dozen. They seem only partially interested in the booming music. I'm going to walk away. We have everything we need. You decide that the reward does not outweigh the potentially devastating effects of a horde bearing down on you, leaving the area's best course of action, you determine. I definitely think that's the right course. Let's pick a new path. And I'm going to stop right here, and then we're going to rest. And well, my hope was that we could keep the growls low. We don't really have a choice. We kind of have to rest right now, so unfortunately... We are all in on this strategy, and chances are that we're probably going to get attacked on our way into the city. We might not, but we probably will. Luckily, we've got a flashlight, which sort of negates our attack penalty for being in the dark. So that's cool. Let's get back on the road again, but I virtually guarantee... Is he reloaded? I hope he's reloaded. Or does he have... Oh, he's got the hammer equipped. Okay. Give me the baseball bat just in case. We'll eyeball what's running up on us. Actually, it looks like we made it to town. Holy shit, we made it all the way in. Let's go to the police station. We'll do 20 minutes there because 50% for 40 minutes is way too high. So we're going to keep this a very, very short scavenging mission. We got 5 pistol bullets, which is good. That kind of fills in a weak spot in our overall repertoire. On this side, 20 minutes inside of here. We don't really have a choice. Anything higher than 40%, I don't really mess with. Apartments. It looks like it's going to be all short runs for us today. Luckily, we already have everything we need, so it's not like we're scavenging out of desperation here. We do have a pack of cigarettes. The pack of cigarettes is very, very valuable. The matches, I think, are an event item, but I don't know what I would get rid of in exchange for the pack of cigarettes. Ditch the hammer. 2% fatigue is not so bad. Yeah, I'll take the pack of cigarettes instead. It's trade fodder. I don't want to overdo it right now. Let's get back to the map because I feel like chances are we can do better in the next city over. And I'd like to give that a go. We got low growls right now, so I'm going to stop here and then we're going to rest for a minute. Make sure you watch that meter, seriously. Take your cues from that meter because it will help you out in the overall survival process. Having low fatigue can be very helpful sometimes. We'll go ahead and eat there. That sounds good to me. I'm trying to stock up right now so that when we pick up party members... Okay, so 40 minutes here for bullets. Once we pick up party members, it's going to cost us twice as much food in order to keep the party fed. We made too much noise. This... looks like a job for the shotgun. We still got a pretty good chance to hit him at this range, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a go. Noise level's a tad higher than I'd like it to be. Get a bit more range and keep putting rounds on him. If we get really unlucky right here, it's possible that we could miss all these times and then just feel stupid, but let's reload that so that it's done for the future. Always remember to reload your guns. It sounds obvious, but seriously, I've had major issues because I've done dumb shit and forgotten to reload my guns. There's a kill right there. What I like about some of the heavier melees is they just outright one-shot enemies, and it's worth the fatigue penalty if you can do it. Shotgun shells and rifle bullets right there. We replaced everything that we lost in that engagement, which is absolutely fantastic. Off to the grocery store next. Yeah. That's a rough chance of an encounter right there, but we do need the food. I would like to front stock, so let's take the chance for right now. I'd like to have 20 food by the time we get another party member. We're making friends over here, but there's only 2 zombies on this side, and there's only 3 on the other. So we might be able to do something good on this side if I can fight in one direction and take them out. So that's great right there. I'm going to try and do similarly up here before those other ones can collapse on the position. We got unlucky right there, and we couldn't score the kill. That means we're going to be a little bit at risk. Can I click the one that I want him to attack? Oh, I can. That's nice. Well, that'll help with targeting in the future. All right. Very, very nice. I may just use that from now on. Very solidly handled. Very, very solidly handled. I like this baseball bat. This baseball bat looks like it's going to be a major boon to us in the future. And not like Boone from Lost, where he's constantly like falling out of trees and like dying and generally just being like rich and annoying. Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll search for 40 minutes. I feel confident about our current stockpiles. Normally, I would avoid scavenging a whole bunch if I know that I'm low on supplies or whatever, just because maybe I don't have the bullets to fight off the zombie horde if shit goes wrong, you know? We might get bit right there. That might be a problem for us. If I can swap to the other side, though, we'll be okay. This is a tiring trip for us, though. Come on. Get that kill. Seal that thing in there. Okay, good. Sealed for freshness. This kill brought to you by Splatter. Alright, no kill right there. Good, there's another one. Not so much right there, but we're still giving it a go. We're making the rounds and we're making attempts. The combat is actually the only iffy part of the game, in my opinion. I think the combat could be done a little bit better. Luckily, the game is... Oh, we got an old semi right there. The old semi is a lot better than the revolver. It automatically unloads your guns, by the way, when you put them on the ground. The old semi holds 10 bullets, and since you're going for headshots anyways, I would just take the old semi because it's got 10 bullets and it fires faster. The old revolver actually takes 10% longer to fire. That takes 10% less. And since you're not relying on the damage of the pistol to kill anything unless it's a human, most of what you're going to be fighting is going to be zombies, so I'm going to take the old semi-auto just because it fires faster and it gets the job done quicker. To the map we go. I'm going to go off to the east right here. I'm going to stop real fast. Nope, that's not what I wanted. And then we're going to rest. Fatigue's a tad high. There was a lot of battle in that last map. We ended up fighting a lot more things than I thought we would. But our supplies are amazingly together right now. Like, for real. We have a very cogent strategy running before us, and so I think life should be good. Once we make it to our next character, you get your first character at the end of the map every single time, I think. Or you can turn them down if you're really into that sort of thing. It's up to you. I don't know how you want to handle it, but you can turn them down if you want. You notice a car by the side of the road. Before you have time to check it out, you realize that a small horde of infected are rapidly approaching. A quick glance at the car indicates that it's not exactly in working order, so a rapid getaway is out of the question. Perhaps there's another use for it. Well, I don't have a mechanic, but we'll have to fight him. You decide not to take your chances messing with the car just yet. So what are we up against here? We've got 4 infected. Give me the rifle. I haven't been playing around with the rifle much. And you know what? The rifle has really good accuracy. So we have 3 different things. We have aim at the head, 1, instantly kill the target. Instantly kill the target, 2, with an improved chance to hit. That's a really good chance to hit, by the way. That's like a solid chance to hit. Maybe I should have been messing around with rifles more frequently. Is it louder or anything? Oh, wow. Okay. Our rifle only holds 3 bullets? What a weird firearm. Alright, so that's reloaded. Let's get the baseball bat out, and we'll deal with this final little turd in just a moment. I'm not a turd. I'm actually a very nice person. I just happen to have been bit by a zombie. It's increased my turdish nature, but it's not my fault. Really bad at dodging being bitten. With the infected dispatched, you can safely examine the car. It's damaged, but you might be able to get it moving. I don't have the trait for mechanic, so unfortunately can't do much right there. When you do get the cars working, or you do have the mechanic trait, what it does is it teleports you like 5 nodes ahead in a random direction. So it'll either take me down this way by 5, or it'll take me up this way, but it will take you closer to the goal. Just be aware that if you have a quest that's like, let's say that we're right here and our quest is right here, it'll take you out to here, and then you gotta walk back to do your quest, so just be aware. Things can go very, very wrong with that plan. Growls are staying nice and low right now. I'll probably take a lunch break right before we get into town. Let's go ahead and stop off right here. We'll go ahead and eat to get rid of our hunger, continue traveling. A good day for us, a very, very good day. Like an ice cube level of good days. After wandering for some time, you spot a small single-story house off in the distance. You walk towards it, noting that blinds are blocking your view inside and that the front door seems to have been boarded up. Garbage is piling up outside, and looking closely, you determine that it must have been placed recently. Some infected are shambling nearby, but you pay them no attention. We'll check it. You decide to head inside, having found an unlocked door around the back of the house. Weapon drawn, you open the door, which squeaks loudly on its hinges. You immediately hear shuffling from inside and realize that this sound must have alerted the resident infected. You make a quick retreat outside and get into position. The rotters stream out, and you prepare to fight. And everybody's streaming nowadays, even the zombies. Okay, so I'll probably stick with the rifle. That went great for me. I am liking this as an option. So let's go for aim for the head too, because that worked out great last time. That allowed us to get the job done with a quickness. Ugh, my weapon jammed. It's rusty, so we've got a chance of it jamming every time we use it. There's a kill. There's a kill. We're going to swap into a melee weapon now. I don't want to waste bullets. And we're going in. Okay, 1 little hit off right there. Not too bad. You could say that we hit it off with the zombie fairly well. Although I don't think he'll be bringing us home for supper anytime soon. Not if I can. I just want to play with his heart a little bit. I don't actually want to give him what he wants. So when you get a miss right there, you should immediately disengage. You don't want to get grabbed. Getting grabbed is bad. We got 1 food ration up out of the house. Better than nothing. I was about to complain about it, but you know what? I'll take it. I think we're just about out of time for the day. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for the next episode of March of the Living. I will see you all later. It's going to take a while for us to get to our destination. It might be an April of the Living by the time we get there, perhaps a May. Bye, everybody.